Hmm.
Ready to have some.
So the secret hat. Let me see.
Method is the best method to become imposter by using the secret hat that I'm going to show you guys in this video. So if you want to become imposter, make sure to watch until the very end of this video. So you guys don't miss. Select yellow in order to become imposter in every single game. And make sure that you do have the red hat on that I do have in the gameplay that you guys can see on the screen right now. And if you do this method,
It didn't.
you will end up becoming
It didn't do good. It didn't work. So.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another Among Us video. And in this video, I'm going to be telling you about the silver crewmate in Among Us. So in Among Us, there's actually this silver crewmate that has been joining Among Us lobbies, and he has been sparking fear among several players. This silver crewmate has the ability to give you his color, which is silver, and will make you do strange things that are out of your control. My friend Bundles was one of his victims, which I didn't know at the time, and I was forced to do something unimaginable. So make sure that you continue watching this video until the very end, because you won't want to miss this. And before we get any further into this video, I do want to mention that 70% of you have not hit that subscribe button, which means you're missing out on Among Us Darkest Secrets. So why not solve the issue by hitting the subscribe button with the bell icon turned on? And if you want Among Us to add the silver color, make sure to leave a like down below. But now, let's begin with today's story video. So while I was playing Among Us, something strange happened to me. I joined a random lobby and my friend Bundles was in here. He told me he went to sleep an hour ago. What is he doing in this random public lobby? That is so strange. Is someone pretending to be him? But who knows my friends? And it was currently 2 in the morning, so not that many lobbies were active in Among Us, so I was forced to stay. I spawned inside of the break and I made my way over to do my task. I fixed the showers, but then a sabotage was called, and I saw Orange running away, and I saw White's body. Did Orange just take on my friend? I told the crewmates that it was Orange and they ended up leaving, and we won the game. That was so strange. How does the game know that that's my friend? Or that I know him? Because I'm still...
Let me see. A E Q U S. Let me hear more about this
We
story.
ended up playing another game and I was just so confused. I thought my friend went to sleep, and normally Bundles would tell me he was getting on to play. I ended up finding Purple's body. What is up with me finding that? I let the crewmates know that I swear I just saw someone in the kitchen. I remember seeing someone making a burger. I let the crewmates know that the body was in the viewing deck, but then I didn't realize that Bundles asked me what I was doing here. And I told him, "Is that you?" And he said, "Yes." How are you in my game? Didn't you go to sleep? He then told me that he was gonna ask me the same thing. But I don't remember telling Bundles that I was gonna go to bed. I'm a night owl. We ended up skipping, but I was just confused. This is just so strange. But things then became even worse. I checked vitals and I saw that Bundles was dead. And it happened the moment I was checking vitals. This can't be a coincidence. I need to look around the map and I need to find Bundles. And when I entered the armory, a body was reported. And I can't remember the name of the killer bar. What about... In a local shop, or an amazing restaurant, no matter where you go, Orange First Form helps you keep track of all the places you've been by checking in. So you never forget where you've been. Sweet, party, big bag, no cyan vitals. But something is telling me that Bundles' body was in the armory. I just got there when Brown was reported. For some reason, I'm starting to suss cyan. I can just feel it. So I told the crewmates not to vote him out, but the crewmates went with dark blue instead. Since the crewmates didn't want to believe me, I was forced to do my task. That is until I bumped into Cyan in the kitchen, and he took me out, just as I expected. I knew it was him this entire time. My body was then reported, and Bundles told me in the chat, weird how you could feel it was him, Chari, and I said I don't know. The crewmates ended up voting for the wrong guy, and we lost the game. But what is going on with Bundles? I returned back to the lobby and I was just questioning everything that happened, but then I randomly disconnected. What? I ended up joining another lobby and it was the same one. Didn't I just get disconnected? And Bundles was still in here. As I was walking around for more players to join, Bundles asked me if I crafted the sword yet. What is he talking about? What sword? It was at the beginning of the game and I spawned inside the kitchen. And I made my way over to electrical to do my task. But then a sabotage was called, and I made my way over to go fix it. But that is when Yellow ended up taking me out in the engine room, and Blue and Yellow ended up venting. Bundles then reported a body, which was Cyan. Bundles then told me to look inside the engine room. Why is he trying to communicate with me if I'm dead? Bundles then told the crewmates that it's Blue and Yellow and that he sees everything. I told the crewmates in the chat, how does he know that? The crewmates didn't listen.
I didn't know.
Of voting purple, which led towards both of the imposters winning the game. We were now back in the drop ship, and I told the crewmates, does Bundles have some sort of power? And Bundles asked me if I crafted the sword yet. What is he talking about? What sword? In this game, I was the imposter, and I honestly didn't know what to do. Bundles was talking about some sort of sword, so I don't know if I should take out the crewmates or if I should go.
Sorry guys, I was listening to the
Bundles told me to look inside the engine room, and I was just pretending I didn't read his message. And I let the crewmates know that I saw Pinknet in vitals. Luckily, no one suspected me, which gave me the chance to check the engine room. I then looked at the back of one of the engines, and a furnace then appeared on my screen. I had a piece of silver. Maybe Bundles wanted me to smelt this silver into a sword. So I put the silver inside of the furnace, and it stopped melting after the fire went out. I have to look for more. I then decided to take out purple, which completely backfired because Lime was in the front of the ship, and when the body was reported, he told the crewmates that it was me. But then Bundles told me to check inside the vault. I'm gonna keep that in mind, but I need to defend myself. I told the crewmates that I came from engine, and that the door was closed, but Lime continued to suspect me, which led towards me being ejected. I was now a ghost, but I made my way over to the vault, and another furnace appeared on my screen. And this time my piece of iron looked different. It's starting to melt. A body was then reported, and it was Bundles. He then told me, make the sword, Chari, you're gonna need it. And I told him that I found the two furnaces, but he didn't tell me what to do next. It was now the next game, but I didn't know what to do with this piece of iron. I know I have to craft a sword, but how do I do that? For now, I'm gonna focus on my task until Bundles tells me what to do next.
Okay, now.
The body was then reported, and Bundles told me to look inside the cargo bay. And one of the crewmates let me know that the imposter was Cyan, so I voted for him. The moment I
How did he kill me at the first round?
Nothing is gonna stop me from getting there. I don't care if there's a sabotage, I have a mission to do. The furnace ended up appearing in the cargo bay as expected, right next to the safe. I placed my iron inside, and it melted even more. But I'm still unable to craft the sword, which is the #1 priority. Yellow then called a meeting. Black was suspecting Yellow as the second imposter, and Bundles was telling me to look inside the kitchen, which I'm assuming is the location that we have the next furnace. We ended up skipping, and I instantly made my way over to the kitchen. When the lights turned off,
Yes.
I made sure to turn them on, just to get a better view. The furnace then appeared in the middle of the two tables, and I put my iron ingot inside, and it melted even more. Now we started to look more like a sword. I left the kitchen and searched for any bodies, since the imposter has been a little busy lately. After some time of talking with the crewmates, we came to the conclusion that it was Pink. So we voted for Pink, and we won the game. But I wonder what Bundles is gonna tell me next. He did tell me that I need to craft the sword for myself, but who exactly do I have to face? He's preparing me for something, but what is it? We're all now back in the lobby, and I still haven't received a response from Bundles on how to craft the sword. Did he just forget forget about it? Or was this some sort of joke? I spun inside the main hall and I saw a green van, so I made my way over to the meeting room to call a meeting. I let the crewmates know what I just witnessed. I let them know that the air bear vented, and Bundles told me to look inside the gap room, which is a new location.
What's
The air bear
that?
ended up leaving, which means that there was only one more imposter, but you already know what I have to do next. I have to go to the gap room. So I made my way over to the gap room, and I didn't see anything on top. So I went down the ladders and I saw Bundle standing in the corner. What is he looking at? But then the furnace appeared right in front of me, and I put the silver inside. The silver was now very sharp. I think I'm ready to make a sword. But then Bundles turned around and killed me. He then reported my body and told me in the chat, craft the sword, Chari, and then my game crashed. I then appeared alone in a random room of the airship map, and I was no longer red. I was a silver crewmate. Is this what the silver turned me into? A silver crewmate? I left the room, and I was now in the main hall. I'm gonna go inside the engine room. An anvil then appeared on my screen. I put the silver onto the anvil, and then crafted myself a sword, which was made out of silver. What am I gonna use this for? I then heard a noise coming from the gap room, so I made my way over there with my sword. I didn't see anything at first until I turned around, and I saw a silver crewmate. I then charged at him, and I took him out, and I just stood there and stared at him. I think I finally accomplished what Bundles wanted me to do. I got the work done. I then messaged Bundles and I told him I did what you needed me to do, but I got no response. He must be sleepy. But who was the one that was playing with me if it wasn't Bundles? Who was that? If you would like to know what happened next, let's see if we can get this video to 30,000 likes. I do also want to give a massive shout out to Kitty King for helping me produce this video. If you would like to help out a smaller creator, make sure to go check out his channel and subscribe to him. And if you're new to the channel and want to see more Among Us story videos, make sure that you hit that subscribe button with the bell icon turned on. And check out these other Among Us story videos that I found on my channel.
We're in a spring state of mind, and it feels full of gingham. An extra you wear it well. New styles every week and prices for everyone. Shop Kato and Kato Fashion.
I didn't see it.
What is up, everybody? What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Among Us video. And in this video, I'm going to be telling you about my Among Us stalker. For the past few days, I have been casually playing Among Us, and there was always this player that kept joining my lobbies. Didn't matter the time of day or the lobby that I was in, he was always there. As much as I tried to get away, I failed every time, until eventually I decided to confront him. And you won't believe what happened next, so you won't want to miss this. And before we get any further into this video, I do want to mention that 70% of you have not hit that subscribe button, which means that you're missing out on Among Us Darkest Secrets. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button with the bell icon turned on. That way you don't miss out on any of my videos. I'm also getting really close to 2 million subscribers, so your help is appreciated. And if you want me to confront my stalker in Among Us, make sure to leave a like down below. But now let's begin with today's story video. So my encounter with this stalker started off in this What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another Among Us video. And in this video, I'll be telling you about a player by the name of Crewposter. I'm sure you have heard rumors about a mysterious player who is not only a crewmate, but also an imposter. Well, recently, according to several players, they have seen Crewposter in their game, and he is a very dangerous player that you never want to encounter. I actually managed to encounter Crewposter in Among Us, and I'm here to reveal everything that I witnessed while playing against him. And before we get further into this video, 70% of you have not hit that subscribe button, which means that you're missing out on Among Us Darkest Secrets. So why not solve that issue by hitting the subscribe button with the bell icon turned on? And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, make sure to leave a like down below. But now let's begin with today's story video. So my encounter with Crewposter started off on a regular match much a scout. I did notice him at first, but I didn't really pay much attention, since it could have just been a fake account, but I was wrong. The match has started and I was a crewmate. I went off to go do my task, cause at the moment nothing strange has happened just yet. I did a few tasks in electrical, and when I walked out I saw Crewposter just standing there. I went off to go do my task, and he started to chase me down. He teleported a few times. I didn't really think much of it, since this Among Us update had many bugs and glitches. A few of the crewmates were trying to get my attention, so I walked into medbay with them, and Crewposter randomly vented in. I was in disbelief that he randomly did that, but things got even worse. Crewposter got on top of the medbay scanner and started to scan himself. Didn't he just vent a few seconds ago, or am I seeing things? He finished his medbay scan and vented out. So I walked out of medbay and I checked the security room, and he was just standing there doing his wires. For the next few minutes, I was just completing my task. And while I was in storage, I went down into the trash area, and I saw Crewposter do his task, and then he randomly killed Lime. I tried to report Lime's body, and it wasn't letting me, but luckily one of the crewmates managed to do it. I opened up the chat and I said, I just saw Cyan kill and vent, but he did trash in medbay. I mean, he's a crewmate and an imposter. He killed and did trash. Crewposter then said I did submit scan, and I responded with, I don't know how he did that. Black was accusing him of being a hacker, and I did believe that was strange. I just never encountered a hacker that wanted to be on Crewposter. A few of the players were confused in the chat, and I let everyone know I don't even know if we should vote him out, and we all decided to skip, which was a terrible mistake. The meeting ended and we all went to go do our task. As I was walking around, I just couldn't believe it. How is this player a crewmate, but also an imposter? And why does he want to be both? This doesn't make any sense. While me and Crewposter were in electrical, he vented out. So I went to go check security to look for him. And when I arrived, he was standing above Orange's body. I reported the body, and I let the crewmates know I think it's Cyan. Crewposter then responded to the rest of the crewmates, please do your task. Wait, what? Did he just tell us to do our task? But wasn't he the imposter? I'm just going to skip. I don't even know what's going on anymore. We all spawned in once again and we went off to go do our task. And I was just in disbelief. Out of my entire time playing Among Us, I've never encountered a player like this. I've heard rumors about Crewposters, but I never actually encountered one. Usually they're just a bunch of trolls, but this was real. He could do tasks and kill players. I went off to go look for him. I wanted to see what he was up to. And while I was in navigation, I saw the vent move, and it was Crewposter. I was watching him do his task, and then he vented. Why is he trying to get away from me? I luckily managed to find him in the admin room, and it looks like he was finishing up his download. And the admin started to laugh and teleported outside and killed Green. White called the meeting and told everyone that he saw Cyan vent. I responded with, what in the world? If there's two imposters, what do we win? At this point, I didn't even know if we had two imposters or one. Crewposter then told the crew that he did upload data. I responded with, good enough for me. I honestly just wanted to see what he would do at this point. Nobody was ejected, and we tried to stay as normal as possible. While I was in cafeteria, I saw Crewposter on top of the table, and a few minutes later, he killed White. I ran out of the cafeteria, and I went inside of the reactor room, and I was hiding in the corner. I just didn't want him to kill me. The lights weren't turning on, so I went to go fix them, but luckily the crewmates managed to fix it on time. I then saw Crewposter inside of electrical, and he vented, so I went over to security, and he killed Black right in front of me. I was running around the map because I was fearing for my life. As I was trying to report Black's body in security, Crewposter vented in and killed Purple, and he won the game. So he was an imposter, but how was he doing tasks? It was now the next game and I typed in the chat, I thought you said you weren't the imposter. Several players in the lobby were also questioning what was going on, and how the imposter managed to scam. I responded to the crewmates and I also let them know that I saw him do medbay and trash, and that he killed everyone. It was now the next game and I was a crewmate. I wonder what Crewposter is gonna do this match. I followed him in the beginning of the round, and he went off to go do his task, like a regular crewmate. But then I caught him venting in navigation. I went to go check in the admin room and he was nowhere to be found. Maybe he's just cleaning the vents. I didn't see him for the next few minutes, and I was looking around trying to find him. While I was in navigation, I went up to weapons and I found Crewposter, and he was doing asteroids, but he vented earlier. So far, he has done all 3 tasks. In the last round, he did trash and medbay. And now he's doing asteroids? After he finishes asteroids, he just vented out. And when I walked into navigation, I found Brown's body. I stood there in disbelief. It didn't let me report the body, so I went back to weapons, and I found another victim of Crewposter. And once again, I was unable to report. Crewposter started to do the asteroids once again, and was venting. I couldn't take this any longer, so I walked into cafeteria and I wanted to press the button, but it wasn't letting me. I didn't want to stay in one place, so I ran away. And while I was in shields, Crewposter vented and was doing his task. Pink showed up and then was killed, and Crewposter left. I have seen so many crewmates die next to me, and I could do nothing to save them. But we're still playing a regular match of Among Us, so it's my duty to complete my task. I was trying my best to be cool and not freak out about the entire situation. There's only a few tasks that we need to complete in order to win the game, so I need to focus. But it's so hard to focus knowing that a player like this exists, and he's in your game. I only had one task left, and it was my card swipe. When I walked in, all the sabotages were called. I entered in a panic. I didn't know what to fix. I was fixing the O2, but I had to fix the reactor as well. Bodies were everywhere, and I couldn't report a single one. But before I could fix O2, Crewposter won the game. I opened up the chat and I said, "Now I see why your name is Crewposter." I didn't even bother to see his response, because I left the game. But I don't think this will be the last time we will see Crewposter. He's still after me. If you would like me to encounter Crewposter once again in Among Us, let's see if we can get this video to 20.
Google Fi, a phone plan by Google. Fi has unlimited plans that fit your data usage. Simply Unlimited is our most affordable plan for unlimited data, calls, and texts. Starting at $30 per month for each line, or try unlimited
going to call a meeting.
features, plus international coverage, and high-speed hotspot tethering. Easily switch between plans if your needs change, all without contracts or.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another Among Us video. And in this video, I'm going to be telling you why you should never leave the airship map. So in Among Us, what is up, everybody, and welcome back to another Among Us video. And in this video, we're going to be answering the question: who is the crewmate that is hiding in the bathrooms of the airship map? I'm sure many of you have heard the story of the crewmate that is hiding in the bathrooms of Polis. But did you know you can actually find a crewmate inside of the bathrooms of the airship map? And nobody knows why this crewmate is here, or the story behind him. But one thing is certain, he is not someone you want to mess with. And before we get any further into this video, I do want to mention that 70% of you have not hit that subscribe button, which means that you're missing out on Among Us Darkest Secrets. So why not solve that issue by hitting the subscribe button?
There's somebody hiding in the bathrooms?
Video if you do enjoy. But now let's begin with today's story video. So in Among Us, I'm sure that you are aware that there are some bathrooms that can be found on the airship map. And many of you probably already know that the airship map is the biggest map in all of Among Us, when it used to be Polis. And these two maps are very different. The airship map is located in the sky, while Polis is a distant planet. But there's one thing that these two maps share in common, which are the bathrooms. In the airship map, if you make your way over to the lounge, you will find 4 bathroom stalls. And in the map of Polis, you can find 3 bathroom stalls in the lavatory. There is a lot of similarity to these 2 bathrooms. The floors are very similar, and the doors are the exact same. And one thing that I found very strange is that the bathrooms on the airship map are way bigger than the ones on Polis. In the airship map, you can actually
What do you mean?
The door will randomly close, and everything around you will become darker than usual, almost as if someone turned off the lights. And whenever I stand in this location, I can feel someone's presence, even though nobody is there. The door to the bathroom stall will also randomly close when you walk out, which I find really strange.
Yes, now look at this pit.
To hopefully find an answer. And what I ended up finding was something horrifying. According to some rumors, you can actually spot a white crewmate inside of the bathroom stall, very similar to the one that you can find on the map of Polis. This white crewmate appears to look like a ghost that will randomly appear inside of the bathroom stall. Nobody knows why this is in the game, but I'm pretty sure there is a connection between these 2 crewmates that can be found in the bathroom. I decided to see myself because I did have some doubts. I didn't think anything would happen. until I put it to the test. Until this day, this is something that I regret, and I'm here to show you what happened. I left the airship map and I entered a match of Polis, but little did I know that this would be the beginning of the summon. I went over to the laboratory and I entered the bathroom stalls, and as you can see, there is a crewmate that I was talking about that is hiding behind the bathroom stalls on the map of Polis. I actually posted a story on this crewmate a few months ago, in case you want to check it out. But to give you some information on this crewmate, he was actually the first captain that arrived on the map of Polis, who unfortunately died inside of the bathrooms on the hands of the scientist. The captain then became a ghost and was given a new body, and this crewmate eventually turned into one of the most deadliest imposters in all of Among Us, known as Captivate. And a lot of weird things happen whenever you're in this bathroom. As you can see, when I was staring at the crewmate, the imposter eliminated Brown right behind me, when he should have seen me inside of the bathroom, which he didn't. And another thing that I find really strange about this location is that the bathroom stall is badly damaged. One of the doors is knocked on the floor, a toilet was removed, the floor is very worn down, and the mirror is broken. And you can even find some broken glass in the laboratory, which is really close to the bathroom. The Polis laboratory is a location that I'm not necessarily a fan of. I get really scared when I'm in here. I then became imposter because I heard some rumors that you can actually see a red outline around the crewmate. I went back to the laboratory, but this time I was an imposter. When I entered the bathroom, I could see the outline that people were talking about, but I wasn't sure if it was part of the event or the crewmate. I then saw the white crewmate appear right behind me. I was unable to move my player, and I was unsure of what to do, because this was the first time that I had ever encountered this ghost while being in this bathroom. The crewmate then randomly vanished, and he was nowhere to be seen. Hopefully the ghost of the captain means no harm. To be seen. Hopefully the ghost of the captain means no harm. I left the map of Polis because I was afraid of what could happen next. I then entered a match in Mira HQ, and in this map you can actually find another crewmate, but this time he isn't hiding inside of a bathroom stall. He is hiding inside of a locker. As you can see inside of the locker room, there is a locker that is open, and inside actually make a video on this if you want to check it out. But basically what ends up happening is that if you stand near the locker for around 10 minutes, you will begin to hear sounds across the entire map, which is caused by the crewman that is inside. And if you return back to the locker room, you will actually see him with your very own eyes, which I find really cool. Hey guys. Hello.
100 shot.
Like many other shows and video games,
Yes.
some content created doesn't make it into the final show. This video was made for people who don't know much about the behind the scenes of BFDI. Also, this video is massively inspired by Tetrabit Gaming's Lost Bit series, where he lists unused and unseen content in video games, so make sure to check him out. Also, a like and subscribe would be very much appreciated since these videos take a long time to make. Enjoy the video. Let's start off with some unused and unseen content in the first season, BFDI. An alternate cut of the balance beam contest depicted in winning Dream Island. Here's a clip.
I get the pussy off. Agree to that. One of us can win. Good. A lawyer. Not this time, lady. But he said, oh gosh, yeah.
And there was 6 people.
This might be how BFDI was originally supposed to end, being only 1 episode. By looking at the FLA file of the scene Leafy mistakenly steps on Blocky's foot, you can see Leafy has abnormal eyes, which are never seen during the actual video. Originally, the Squashy Cherries and Squashy Grapes were supposed to be called the Yelling Beavers and Murder Trout. These names are a parody of the Total Drama Island teams, the Screaming Gophers and Killer Face. A face similar to Yellowface was supposed to appear during the scene and ask what is a win token, which turned into a frown in the last few frames. In the episode Puzzling Mysteries, 2 rejoins were cut, Blocky and Woody were supposed to rejoin. I'll play the clip.
That's right, go, absolutely. He wouldn't like that, would he? He wouldn't hate it, would he?
Oh, you choose one. Take a quick and choose an eliminated player on your team, please. Naole's original design had no legs and the body was sideways. I can't imagine how Naole would look like nowadays with this design. Jack and Jellyby released some scrap scenes for people who want to audition for audio editors. One being an alternate introduction to space. The second being
Yes!
and firing. It's called materials for BFD.
No, God, free pet.
Originally supposed to appear behind the background trees. Evil Leafy never appears there in the actual video since Evil Leafy was put on a guide layer, which doesn't show up once the file gets exported. In the FLA file there is a picture file called Screening, which is the first frame from the BFDI intro, most likely used for reference when making the BFDIA intro. A drawn picture of a legless gelatin can be seen in the object library. It's most likely the original design for gelatin. Being harmless.
I got pet. I want to name it.
The fourth rule appears out of screen and says no reading ahead. This is probably a little Easter egg for people who look through the FLA files.
Guys,
BFDI managed to discover
Guys.
the original script for BFDIA 5. It was originally going to be released in
guys, I really want to tell you something.
It was originally an episode, and not a game. More things were also...
It was at...
Putting Nickel and Pointy together was originally supposed to spawn Evil Leafy clones, but was instead changed to be a portal to life. The negative viewer comment for Match was originally by a different person called Nicholas Chatterton, and not Epic Faceness 483. After Finn lost her limbs, Book was supposed to say LOL instead of EJAG like she said in the final episode. But these are some changes that occurred around the time of the script's rewrite. I'm going to explain the deleted script for BFDIA 5B. Some bad animation for a more clear picture of what the episode probably would have looked like. Once the challenge wheel was ready to be spun, Ruby tried to spin it, but it didn't budge. Book finds out it had a password that belonged to the puffball speaker box. According to the back of the wheel, Fries was supposed to remove the knife from the puffball speaker box. After much struggle, Fries was able to pull out the knife, but it flies out, flying over some contestants, ricocheting back off the swings, and sent back to the puffball speaker box. Fries tries to pull it out again. He successfully removed the knife, but shattered Ice Cube in the process. The recovery center starts making weird noises. Before activating a siren, Tennis Ball is freaked out in the state of the HPRC. But meanwhile, Puffball speaker box was revived. Fires asked if she could unlock the wheel. Puffball speaker box agrees and unlocks it. Tennis Ball states that the HPRC will start delimbifying, meaning that limbs will fly out of the machine. The delimbification starts and limbs fly everywhere. Puffball speaker box gets tossed onto the spikes of Evil Canyon, and the cast begins panicking. Suddenly, Evil Leafy teleports above Golf Ball, making her faint. Evil Leafy sinks into Golf Ball and creates clones of herself. Gelatin quickly spins the wheel before it's too late, ending off the episode. There is way more to this original script, probably enough to make a whole video, but let's continue with IDFB. There isn't much more though. In BFB 16, one of the recommended characters is called Meatball, but when looking into the files, the asset was created back in 2013, around the time BFDIA 6 was created. This might indicate Meatball was an abandoned character meant to appear in BFDIA 6. Grassy was going to have a different asset for IDFB, which looks like this, but Gary decided to keep using the asset used in the original BFDI, as he thought it looked better. That's the end of this video.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Wow. Perfect.
Okay.
This game is more
I'll vote
A
Mindy.
little bit ago, I created a video showcasing the various deleted scenes and out-of-view content of BFDI until I DFB, and because of all the support you've given me, I think it's time for a second part, covering BFB pre-split. Make sure to like and subscribe, as a very small percentage of my viewers are actually subscribed, and it would help me out way more than you might think. Enjoy the video. This
Look,
list
I
is going
made
to
the
be
white
in
pot.
order of episodes, so let's begin with some lost bits related
I
to
made
episode
solve the
1.
white pot, but I did not solve this.
Instead of the losers, she would have replaced either Nickel or Robotic. Before Loser was created, Purple Face was originally supposed to take his place as the 64th contestant. Loser was also originally supposed to be a regular square like Blocky, with the face being in the same place. It was later changed to be on the vertex of the body. Non-Existy was considered to be a contestant, but they decided against it, as they thought it would just be a waste of a slot.
This is my final one.
Storyboard for BFB1.
This is my final round, then I'm going to
Ginger ended up getting changed
let
as
Sissy
Catherine,
wake
as
up and
Cornelia
draw
was
me
way too
something.
feminine. A sketch of 4 can be seen in the FLA file. The pose is similar to 4's intro pose. Outside of the screen,
What do you
during the shave scene with Pen and
know?
Eraser, Eraser has a really long head, probably as an Easter egg for people who look through the FLA. Lighting was originally supposed to be lipless, as shown by the
Oh my pet.
Pillow was talking about how little teardrop was originally square. It was later changed to be plump instead of. After Lollipop told Dora to shut her pie hole, Dora was supposed to go on a rant. It was later removed for dampening the comedic timing. In the storyboard, Fanny is shown with 2 arms for a single drawing. This is most likely a mistake. Some of the recommended characters in BFB2 were cut, most likely for being copyrighted. They are a Pepsi bottle, a Clorox can, a Game Boy, the American flag, Disturbing Effect of Your Nightmare, which has a Mario head on it, a Jaffa cake, Simon, which resembles Simon Says colors, plant barrier, a Smirnoff bottle, and the Windows logo. In a scrap scene, Free Food had a different plan to break out of the Jawbreakers. Here's the clip.
Okay, Yellowface, let's see those leadership skills in action. What should we all do?
Need a more efficient way to burn through Jawbreakers? Follow this easy 4-step guide.
What is this thing? What do I do with it?
Give me that.
La 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 la.
1, collect live slime. 2, jump the slime on the Jawbreaker. 3, let it all sit for just a couple few seconds. 4, jump.
Wait, save me! What if someone's inside? You can hurt them! It could be Foldy!
What's so bad if it's Foldy?
You all know the infamous Woody tap, right? Well, in the storyboard, Balloony was originally supposed to tap. The BFB2 thumbnail originally looked like this, showing both
Bye.
Balloon and Woody, with a cyan background. The FLA files for BFB3
Bye.
contain some concept art of the swings.